Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris, and I'm here to talk today about BODYSWAPS, which is our solution to deploy soft skills training at scale. So let's look quickly at the market. It's a large market, but more importantly, it's growing very fast. And the reason for that is that new technologies, and especially automation, are transforming the way we work. What you have here on the left are the top 10 fastest growing skills in terms of demand according to the World Economic Forum. And in green, emotional intelligence, leadership, social influence, those are soft skills. So there's a huge challenge for companies to upskill or reskill their workforce, and most companies have acknowledged that. But very few have actually done something about it. So why is that? The reason for that is when it comes to soft skills, there's an almost impossible trade-off between effectiveness and scalability. Coaching is fantastically effective. It's also way too expensive to scale beyond senior leadership. On the other end of the spectrum, you have e-learning, which is great, it's scalable. But frankly, learning emotional intelligence or leadership on video or PowerPoint simply doesn't work. It's not something you memorize, it's something you want to practice. And so our mission is quite simple. We want to solve that challenge by bringing together the learning impact of coaching and role play with the scalability of a digital solution. So how are we doing this? We're building BODYSWAPS, which is an immersive learning platform for soft skills training. At the back, if you can play the video. Thank you.
Our question is always, what will you do differently? How can you unleash the power of digital? How can we upskill and enable our workers to become relevant for tomorrow and today?
The David project is a virtual human simulation that is designed to help managers train themselves on situational leadership and conflict management. In this simulation, you find yourself in a virtual environment with David, an employee whose HR record is less than perfect.
They're asking me silly questions all the time, constantly interrupting me, so I can't get on with my work. And frankly, I'm too busy doing their jobs for them.
David, thank you so much for coming in to see me today. It's really good to see you. Well, the first thing I feel is I want to do it again. I wonder if you need to think about when you started work and how it was for you when you started work. That things were looking at myself delivering the message, and I wonder how your boss supported you. You can notice really small things that make a difference. I had some good feedback to act on. I knew how I would do it differently next time, and doing things differently means probably getting things wrong. And in this situation, getting things wrong feels safe. It feels as though you are reflecting on yourself and you are putting in interventions to help you be better next time in a gamified experience.
So I hope that gives you a better idea of the platform. Now, what makes it special? First and foremost, is the learning efficacy. BODYSWAPS is built on the back of a growing body of behavioral research, specifically led by Stanford University. It is designed to create behavioral change and to sustain it. This turns into cost efficiency. Organizations will rely less on face-to-face training and simply need less training per employee, bringing down logistical costs and bringing up productivity. And finally, it's about measurability. You saw in the video, we built a behavioral analytics engine. It's great for tracking training data, but beyond that, at scale, behavioral analytics is a very powerful tool for organizational strategy. And so, what we're looking to do next year, or we started actually, partnering with face-to-face learning providers. The reason for that is leveraging their commercial capability as well as the delivery capability, the people they have on the ground to drive user adoption. This way we'll test the product market fit. Then following that, we're looking at a direct B2B sales model. So we will license our own standardized simulation on a per user model. Where we are today, we've got those 3 clients, a strong pipeline. We have a grant from Innovate UK, and we funded by Vivex as well. And the opportunity for us is really to pivot from that project-based model into a SaaS model. So we're looking for an extra 175, if my calculations are right. And the goals for the end of 2020 has to have a platform MVP hosting 6 fully standardized simulations that we will license to at least 5 large accounts, bringing £30,000 monthly recurring revenue. That's it for me today. So if you have any questions, please fire them. Thank you.
Excellent. If I could invite some questions from the judges.
Thank you. I think the body swap is a very powerful tool for creating empathy. However, as was already apparent in Dave's presentation, this is one of the hottest topics, the soft skills training in VR. So what's your really unique service proposal? How do you differentiate from the competition?
It's the learning format. So we're the only company who actually does the swapping. Many competitors have a embodied VR, but where you get to do A, B, C choice, which is not what happens in real life. In real life, you have to be under pressure and perform. And in body swaps, you do it with your own voice, your own body language, and you learn from yourself.
There are far more skills, soft skills that are needed than just empathy and stuff like this. What about the other skills? Is there a model where companies can hop and train just one of these skills, or is it an overall package?
At the moment, there's no overall package. It's early days. So the question is good. It's a versatile format. The question is, what is the most A, needed, but B, also the most standardizable across companies?
It depends on the job, what's needed.
Well, yes and no. Emotional intelligence is something that you will need whether you work at Barclays, Vodafone, or Jaguar, for example.
And when you start with this, how do you measure the initial entry or the initial emotional intelligence, for example, or any other skills? Is there a kind of psychological test, something that just shows you on what level this one person is?
So at the moment, no. It's difficult to get that from clients, especially for data reasons. So we're partnering with universities to do that and prove the model.
All right,
Thanks.
brilliant. Thank you. And if I could welcome up In Situ.